Welcome back. So, Folarin Bab Salam says, these political thugs are a major backbone of election results, whether you like it or not. They are protected by armed police. You said that earlier. They have children in the US, Lithuania, Estonia, and so on. They are really not at the bottom of the chain. They are educated illiterates or uneducated illiterates. So, Azrike, the picture painted so far looks as if we are at a point where we can't move. The politicians are ingrained in it. The students are ingrained in it. The graduates are ingrained in it. It's like it's something that's been there for far too long. Is there no way out? Let's begin to talk.
There is a way out, and it must begin with the leadership. The president is the one who appoints the Inspector General of Police, and he is the chief crime buster. Thuggery is a crime. But if you have the support of the powers that be, in fact, you are the law yourself. Some of these thugs actually have police escorts. Whether they're real police or fake police, we don't know. They carry weapons. Not one has been arrested and tried anywhere. Instead, what we have is political sloganeering by even the police. Instead of going after the real culprits, they're very busy. In other words, these things that happen, you see it on camera. All the TV houses, all the internet setups, all of them, they have the recordings. But the only people who will not have it is the police. I don't want to talk about the Directorate of State Security. Those ones see themselves as protecting the president. They are more political than anybody, which should not be. But the idea of the police becoming too partisan is what is causing the real headache. If I may talk today and I serve APC, nothing will happen to me. If I serve any other party, I can be arrested. And then they will do a showcase trial. But nothing is going on as far as thuggery is concerned in this country today. I named Kwara earlier on. What is going on in Kwara State is going to be a show study for us in this country. Now, look at a state like Ekiti. PDP wants to go and do a rally in the stadium. The governor says no. But yesterday in Abia State, APC did a rally in the stadium. Akwa Ibom said no initially, but said, oh, Mr. President, go ahead. So if you, the leader, you are shown to be lawless, that pedestrian man at the bottom, what do you think it will be? You don't even need to go out on the street to know the violence that is being threatened. On Facebook, you follow a conversation, suddenly the other person begins to threaten you. It's intimidation.
I was going to bring in Mr. Thompson here. The amount of violence per se, or abuse and kind of words that you hear being or read being used on social media and sometimes in public space makes you begin to wonder, do we even understand first our humanity? Can that help in any way to change the way things are? If we understand, first of all, that we are human, and these guys going there are going there for a set time. They will leave, and another set would come in, or they may continue, but we are human. 4 years from now, we'll still be human.
I like what Chief said. You see, there's a saying that everything rises and falls with leadership. Truly, it's a deep problem, but there's no fire brigade solution. So I think this really will rest on the NOA, the National, what do you call it?
National Orientation
Agency. If the NOA, let's get practical. If the NOA, for instance, went to one of the best universities in Nigeria, where philosophy is studied, and said to them, give us a breakdown practical, the philosophy of political violence and how we can handle it. Let's say you go to UI. I can mention a few professors in UI that if you put them together in a team, they'll supply us with paper that can be implemented. Part of it, to counter hate speech. Like you pointed out, hate speech has been spoken against, and they've tried to legislate against it. But in leadership, it's not enough to tell people what not to do. You also need to create a standard. Non-violent communication is not a new concept. You will have thought by now that Nigeria will have started implementing NVC as standard policy. More so when non-violent communication is an integral part of practically every cultural nation in Nigeria already. So that's one on one part. So apart from us taking the universities to do that for us, we must also now look for digital solutions. The truth is that the economy is bad. People are desperate. Like they said, the winner-take-all challenge that we have is a reality. So while we sort out the economy and try to create jobs and get things done, we need to also now go for a digital solution. But to do that, we need to learn from Dubai. It was the Sheikh of Dubai who said, when you have a problem, you have two options. You either look at what people have done before, or you sit down after looking at what people have done to create a new solution, craft it all together. We can employ the digital platform in Nigeria to minimize violence in politics completely. The third people who need to be involved here is that the government has no option when it comes to this to create a platform where you can synergize religious authorities and put them on the spot. You get religious authorities across all religions and say, look here, the value of human worth is too low for us to make any progress in Nigeria. The real corruption is not even financial. It's the corruption of human value. That's why you can kill anybody anyhow and nothing's coming out of it. And you put that board or whatever platform you have created, you put them on the spot. So in between the white people from the universities, the digital solution, and the religious communities, we can cut this thing by 60-something% within 18 months.
Yeah, H.O.B. Bangbade agrees with you because he tweets that political thuggery and electoral frauds will continue until INEC adopts digital voting system.
That's part of it.
You agree with that?
Well, I agree, but you see, the angle again is that do we trust the process, even when it's digital? The mere fact that you mentioned digital, everybody, well, not everybody, majority of people thinks it's a way of manipulating things. That's the angle. I think we have to get to a point where we need to.
How so? If I can transfer money on my phone and Big Brother Nigeria, I can vote on my phone.
Yes, yes.
And they all believe it.
Yes.
Why wouldn't they believe that this one is authentic?
Because the politicians who cannot win a street starts with the accusation that, oh, that process is put in place to favor a particular person. And then the followers, you know, there's this very interesting slogan within politicians that, oh, if I say I agree and my followers don't agree, it means I don't agree.
Look, Obafemi Awolowo, any novelty at all will be met with these suspicions.
Yes.
But if we go and learn from the Western region, you see, the onus is on you when you are introducing something that looks new to show how it is more, like she said, everybody's using digital payment platforms.
They're not the same
you can
when
prove,
it comes to election.
You can prove through a proper campaign
Exactly.
and enlightenment that whoever talks against this is the one who wants to manipulate.
Well, unfortunately for us, we have 91 political parties or thereabout, about 90.
Yeah.
And I want to believe the 90 or 80 or 85 would have presidential candidates. All right?
About 70 have presidential
Well, let's even say about 50. So we have 50 people, and it's only for one person. Now, we have even the bank we're talking about, let me go back again. Transfer of money, this and that. We have issues with the network. When is the last day of the month, and I'm saying this, you find it extremely difficult to transfer cash.
But it's not everybody. I mean, if there are like 10 million banked Nigerians,
yes,
at least 6 million are able to do transfers.
Well, that 4 million is the issue. In politics, one vote is very key.
Can make all the difference.
Can make the difference. One vote. So we're still going through a process of digital. I agree with him, digital, but we're still building on it because you find out that you make payments and the payments don't even go through. You find out that on the 30th or 31st of the month, the network is jammed.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
So how is it then that, how many people use Facebook in Nigeria? Or
Yes.
all have their passwords. I'm using Facebook here because that's what we all use every day.
Yes, yes.
How many people use WhatsApp in this country? Today, as we're talking now, I can bet you that at least 10 million people are on WhatsApp per second in this country.
I agree.
But they are using coded messages. They're sending
agree.
coded messages that are not being truncated in any way.
I agree.
Is it not possible to borrow out of this technology?
Well, I'm still saying the same thing. Why are the banks, why are the InterSwitch, why are they not borrowing from that as of today? Why do we still have problems on 30th or 31st of the month to transfer money? Why do I transfer money to you and it doesn't go on your own? You don't receive it, and I'm debited.
Yeah, okay, let's learn from.
Do you understand?
Let's learn from Dubai now. You see, if we learn from Dubai, what you're talking about is the fact that the capacity that we can carry on the in our cyberspace is sort of limited. But again, if we borrow from innovative